Even though the One Piece anime is currently on hiatus until April, the manga has been doing all the heavy lifting to keep fans emotionally invested. After 7 long months and multiple breaks, the Elbaf arc has finally wrapped up its massive flashback, spanning 18 chapters, and officially becoming the longest flashback in the entire series. What started as Loki recounting the day of Harold's death turned into one of the most lore-heavy stretches in One Piece history, introducing major revelations like the full truth behind the God Valley incident and the shocking death of Rox D. Xebec. Just when it seemed like the story was ready to move forward, Eiichiro Oda dropped one final bombshell that feels intentionally vague and borderline cruel. In Chapter 1171, readers see Imu reacting to Harold's death, followed by a conversation with the 5 elders that reveals a key new piece of information. Imu directly states that Elbaf is D. While this line is simple on the surface, it opens up an overwhelming number of questions about the true nature of the giants and their role in the world's hidden history. The statement can be interpreted in several ways. It could mean that every giant is inherently a member or descendant of the mysterious D clan, or it could suggest that Elbaf as a nation was once aligned with a group that opposed the world government. Either option creates massive implications, especially since D clan members across the world have historically been hunted, erased, or silenced. If the giants truly belong to the D clan, it becomes almost impossible to understand why the world government allowed an entire race of them to exist freely. This leads to even more unsettling possibilities. Elbaf might not just be connected to the D clan, but could be tied directly to the ancient kingdom itself, or even be what remains of it. There are still parts of Elbaf that have not been explored at all, and Oda has repeatedly hinted that the island holds secrets far older than the Void Century. Imu's dialogue adds another layer of mystery. He suggests that incorporating Elbaf into world government would have caused internal collapse due to the giants' warrior blood. However, this explanation feels inconsistent, considering that giants like Saul and others were allowed to serve in the Navy. This implies that Imu might not be referring to all giants, but specifically to ancient giants whose bloodline runs through Harold, Loki, and Elbaf's royal family. Imu goes even further by claiming that Elbaf should never have had an ancient giant king, stating that their kind is fundamentally incompatible. This wording is particularly interesting because it sounds less like political opposition and more like a deep-rooted existential conflict. It suggests that whatever makes ancient giants different predates even the ideological war between the world government and the D clan. Previously, Imu told King Cobra that the D was simply the initial of those who once opposed the world government, and Vegapunk later implied that the D clan was likely Joy Boy's faction during the Void Century. Logically, Imu's claim that Elbaf is D would mean the giants fought alongside Joy Boy. But this theory feels incomplete, since the Elbaf arc barely focuses on Joy Boy at all. Instead, Elbaf's myths revolve far more around sun god Nika. This shift in focus raises a possibility that Elbaf's true history stretches even further back than the Void Century, perhaps to the so-called First World reference in ancient texts. If the ancient giants were originally connected to Nika, that alone might explain why Imu considers them incompatible with the current world order. Their alliance with Joy Boy and the D clan would then be just one chapter in a much older conflict. Whether Elbaf is the ancient kingdom, the birthplace of Nika's legend, or the original home of the D clan, one thing is clear. One Piece has just introduced one of its most brutal cliffhangers yet. Instead of providing answers, it has reframed the entire history of the world in a single sentence, leaving fans with nothing but theories and a long wait ahead. In classic Oda fashion, the story has reached a point where the biggest revelations feel closer than ever, yet impossibly out of reach.